Hey guys.
Good morning.
Welcome back.
We rise from the grave.
Yeah.
It has been a bit since we have played Monster Hunter GU.
It's been a long while.
This is not the only time in this long while that we have met our hunter, though.
Yeah, well, we've been doing some streaming stuff here and there, and Tomodachi Life, we included the hunter in that.
Yeah, we
nice.
made her as a me, and she's like hanging out in an apartment with our other characters.
Yeah. And we got sick for a while, so we had to kind of like not do anything for a bit, but we're finally feeling better, mostly. We're feeling good enough that we're going to start recording again, and we're really, really sorry it's been so long.
Yeah. So the hunter here has been given a name in the meantime because we were doing Tomodachi
I forgot
Life.
what it was, though.
Her name is Ishizu, and I want to say her last name is Huntera.
Okay.
And at some point I decided, Josh kind of doesn't care, but I decided that she is eventually going to hook up with our Monster Hunter Worlds character, and their family will eventually descend to Grandma from Dark Souls.
I don't care, and I don't think it's a good idea. I think you're putting a little too much thought into it.
Well, it's there, so if I make reference to it later in the middle of banter, it makes slightly more sense.
You're here for an autograph, youngin'? Also, Grandma would conceivably be far older than these characters.
It's further down the timeline.
It's further back in the timeline. She would be right on the edge of, not quite the creation of a new universe, but right before the end of an old universe.
Well, are you sure it's not the end of this universe and the new universe is something else?
Yes, because they're very different.
Well, it could be several hundred years.
Okay, let's just not touch this.
Okay,
because I don't want to touch this right now,
Okay.
okay? Oh, you're the young hunter from the Y Academy. Looks like the Y Academy should have included some diapers with their letters of introduction.
We're bigger than you, sir.
Listen, good kiddo, because I'm only introducing myself once. I'm the Kokoto Village Chief. Now let me tell you what a real hunter is, because you look in need of some learning. Some hunters are lone wolves, others are hoarders, and still others aim for triumph as a team. Of course, everyone's different, but every hunter knows how to bring out their own talents. You've still got a long way to go, Jaggybait. Good thing the hero of Kokoto is here to teach you. That said, you'll be needing a place to stock up while you're here.
Shack up.
Oh, shack up, I guess.
Both.
You can use the house near the entrance. It actually belongs to another hunter, but they're not here, so it's all yours for now.
I like how he gets to decide that.
Well, he's the guy in charge of the village.
Yeah.
In exchange, you better get your rear in gear when we've got any work for you. No slacking. You can bet most of the work's gonna have you crawling about the verdant hills near the village.
You're slowly slipping into what I think they're going for with this, right? Like that they're going for like a country sort of accent.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
The hero of Kokoto is no stranger to compassion, of course. I'll be sure and start you off with something easy. There we go.
2-star quests.
This is the Kokoto Chief. He is not the one that you get things from, but he has missions. So if we take a mission from him, then we have to go up to the Guildie, and then she lets us go out on the missions.
Yeah. It's a little extra work, but whatever.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter loves menus.
Yeah, it does.
Old Monster Hunter does, anyway.
This is the
isn't so
request
bad.
log, and I don't think anything's in here except for this this one from the chief. That's it.
That's fair.
And it's complete 2-star village quests. Slay some Velociprey. So
Basically, we just got here at the end of the last recording session,
yeah.
so it's like we gotta establish
Well,
ourselves.
I should point out that in the time that we've been gone, right after that recording, I buckled down and I did do what I said that I was going to do in the recording, which was I'm just going to get all of the armor we have available currently. So I did that.
Yeah, that's full Macau.
I'll show you in a bit. I don't remember if this is full Macau or not. It probably is. I'll show you guys in a bit all of the stuff that we have, but I think that we should do some missions first.
It's not full
is what I'm
Macau.
thinking.
There's just burn a belt.
well, hold on. We might be missing Full Macau because we might not have parts that come from another monster. Because I was
maybe
very, very extremely didn't want to go forward in any way that would give us like a cutscene or something like that, or unique dialogue.
Hey there, monster bait. Can't wait to make up your mind which quest to take? How about a recommendation? You could try your scrawny hand at hunting that beast roaming the Jurassic frontier. Don't tell anyone I told you, alright? After you reach 3-star quests, you need to figure it out for yourself.
It might be not a Rathalos, because that would be about a 5, so it could be like a Velocidrome.
Probably something in that range. Maybe like a Baroth or something in that level. Cuckoo.
Baroth.
Are those not in this?
My brain is doing a massive, backflip. I don't remember what Baroth is immediately. That's
big blind boy who likes termites.
big chargy boy. Yeah, no, I don't think they're in this game actually. Okay. You know what? They might be though.
Yeah.
There's like 86 monsters in this game.
It's hard to remember what's in here.
It's a pretty good chance that they're in here. It's not like Monster Hunter World where it's got like less than a dozen monsters total.
No, there's more than a dozen.
Oh, I mean big monsters.
Still, I mean, maybe if you count all of the variants as one thing.
No.
I think it's still more.
Go ahead. What is it?
Here is our quest lineup for today.
Okay. So, training is useless to us. These are the hunts of the day, which is the vaulting outlaw, and that's it. It's just a great Macau.
Do you want to do like a warm-up with that?
No, because I think it'll be a better warm-up to do the low rank quests, which look like they're just Velocipreys, which are weaker than
those are
Great Macau.
tiny.
Yeah. I also realized that we should probably talk to this cat, because before we started this, I went in and I downloaded all of the DLC stuff that's new, because there's a ton of new DLC stuff.
Yeah.
If perchance you need anything at all, please feel free to call on me, Meowster.
You're good at that.
No, I'm terrible at that.
No, the R thing, you're good at that. I can't do that.
I can roll every letter. I can roll W's if I want to. Whoa.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
How did...
I had a conversation with people about this recently where they were like, no, we're laughing, and they're like, somebody jokingly said you can't roll W's, and I went, I can roll W's, and they're like, no. And I rolled W's, and they're like, why?
I can barely say words most of the time.
Just with the rolling R, yeah.
Yeah, I gotta cheat. I gotta gargle spit to get that going.
No, I can do
Sounds
that
bad.
all the time. That's just, I'm just able to do that. That's just my mouth.
He's talented. Josh has a talented mouth.
Yeah, shush. Anywho, yeah, we're picking up all of this stuff, and we should be able to... this is almost entirely just items.
Yeah, there were also, like, guild card backgrounds and titles.
They give free items, and then guild card backgrounds are things that they typically will just hand you for stuff. So sometimes you get some really interesting ones, and then sometimes you get some really shit ones, but that's fine, too.
Yeah, it looks like the download page had a lot of things were like Shonen Jump manga crossovers and stuff.
Crossovers are absolutely enormous in older Monster Hunter games, which this is, I mean, it's sort of an older Monster Hunter game.
Of a 4th gen.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter Worlds is 5th.
So oh yeah, by the way, there are items that we can exchange for in here. I don't know if we ever talked about this.
I think so. It's the thing where you can trade with the guy up in the
and you can use the Palico Dojo, the Pojo.
Yeah,
you can use it through this guy.
Him. Yeah, you can check.
The Palico board is also here.
You can check the value of Pokemon cards with them on Pojo.net.
Yeah.
Does that place still exist?
Yeah, it still exists.
Man, what do they do?
It's ancient. Same thing they've always done, insofar as I'm aware. I don't think they have a magazine anymore or anything like that.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Beckett does not make magazines, or at least...
No, Beckett is dead.
Yeah, they got sued, I think?
Something like that.
Someone sued him.
So... I'm just trying to see what we have. We actually have a good spread of items. That's fine. Sorry, I just wanted to talk to that cat.
Yeah.
To like get all the stuff that we were missing. And this is another cat, by the way.
Yeah, we need to talk to the toot.
Little Kuropeko toot cat, yeah. His little horn's a Kuropeko head.
Yeah, it's adorable.
Greetings and meow mutations, Hunter. Nice weather we're having, yeah? Hunter, take this gift as a token of my appreciation. And thanks for using the courier service. Now, dash juice times 10 obtained. Life powder times 5 obtained. Gourmet powder. He's just loading items on us.
Yeah.
Voucher times 4. Happy hunting, Hunter. Okay. Any hoosers. Sorry, did you want to read this?
No, it's just her random stuff. It's just she's gonna give you things like that.
Yeah. So we'll have to do a low-level thing now.
Yep.
So we have harvest tours, which are you go in and then you have 5 minutes.
Is it only 5?
I think.
Oh,
it's
no, it
only
says
5.
50.
Oh, is it? No,
Yeah.
no. You have 50 minutes to collect things, but I think you only have to be in there for 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And then it will drop off a Paw Pass ticket in a box,
All
and then you
right.
pick it up and you move it to the other box, and you're done.
Sure.
Those are exclusively just there so that you can go in and get
Gather.
free gather moments and stuff like that. Those are actually super useful if you are looking for specific like ingredients for things.
Okay. This town still has a farm, right?
I believe so, but I don't think we have access to it yet.
Okay.
Because if it does
sure.
have a farm, if it does, the farm is down here and to the left. And there's no option to do anything here.
Oh, yeah, you probably need to do some quests.
Or something. If the farm still exists, I actually can't remember if Generations does away with the farm or not.
Maybe there's like one farm and the others are unnecessary.
It might just be a person that you talk to, like it is in Monster Hunter World, where it's just you talk to an individual and then collect your farm box and then give things back and you collect your farm box.
I mean, it's always kind of just you talk to an NPC. It's not like you go up with your rake and your hoe and you actually farm. You just tell them to
but
make
you at
things.
least, for some of them, you get pictures of what your cats are farming or something like that.
I mean, there was a tree in Worlds just sitting there not doing much.
Yeah.
I hope those scrawny legs can outrun whatever it is you're trying to hunt out there.
Thanks. You are a
Bye.
real dick. Yeah, right. Bye.
Have fun dying.
So
I'm too good at that voice.
I'm not sure if I remember how to hunt, so I'm gonna have to do some control checks, and I'm gonna have to make sure things are working.
What we've been playing a lot lately has been Smash, which doesn't have a lot of similarities to this. It's not like going from Dark Souls to Monster Hunter, which does screw you up because it looks similar.
Yeah, it does.
Or Breath of the Wild to Dark Souls or Monster Hunter. But it's like the format of the games we've been playing has been different enough that we don't get into the wrong control set.
Well, thank goodness we haven't been playing Monster Hunter World very much lately, so I'm not poisoned and doing the wrong combos.
Yeah, it is a little different, isn't it? They changed your greatsword for World.
Well, for World they changed the greatsword.
And you didn't like the change. You didn't like the new shoulder bash.
Yeah, initially I didn't like it. I got used to it as time went on. The shoulder bash has its uses, but I feel like in this game, just for the way that this game is, it's fine as is. This is
lovely.
Verdant. What is this? Verdant Fields?
This is the original.
Yeah, this is in Monster Hunter 1. Like the first game, the one that came out on PS2. This was the first place you went to. The moment you walk into the village and they give you a quest, you go out and it is here.
Yeah.
And for almost all of the first few quests you get, it is just here. So I actually walked up to the wrong one. I was looking for the blue box. I wanted to get the map. And I guess I could snag the paintballs because those are useful. I'll take some rations so that I don't have to use my own.
You don't think you're gonna need much, though?
Nah. I'm just going to bring the ration. I'm going to bring my stamina all the way over to the other side. And then I'm just snagging paintballs because, hey, free paintballs.
Yeah, because those don't disappear afterwards. Unlike the potions and rations that they give you are, like, temporary.
Yeah.
So, in the first Monster Hunter, which you have,
yes, I do.
You've beaten it, right?
As much as, well, sure. Let's say yes.
Yeah, like you've pretty much gone through the storyline.
Yeah, okay. A lot of that game is locked into online mode, which even when I was playing it was like nigh impossible to play properly.
Oh, right, because it's the
At
PS2.
Least, yeah, because it's on the PS2. So it's like you had to have an adapter, you had to have Your stuff had to be set up for it. You had to do like a whole ton of shit, and it's like, yeah, no, it was terrible.
Yeah. Having fun in the poop there, boys?
This is a super old school thing that they used to do in Monster Hunter 1. Mm-hmm. You can get Kutku stuff really easy and really, really early if you check this one poop pile in this area. Because did you see that I got a Kutku scale out of it? The Kutku scales are things that typically just drop off of a monster that I'm not at all prepared to fight yet.
Yeah, not yet.
So I'm getting free scales for something that I can't fight, which means that I can look at the armor, I can look at the weapons, and if I get enough, I might be able to make like a fancy hat or something like that, because it might only need the scales.
I think Kutkus were as far as I got in the first game, which I didn't grow up with. You introduced it to me.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it took me a while to get into the groove. I played a lot of Try, and they obviously changed things between games.
Yeah, they changed a lot.
Like, I just never rammed my head against the wall enough in the first game. I just kind of got distracted and did other stuff instead of getting good.
Well, this game is mostly, I mean, especially like for the older stuff from Monster Hunter, it's mostly just run through, take the time to gather things, and then grind out monster parts. And a lot of people don't like that. Like, they can't get into it, it just doesn't work for them, because grinding out monster parts is such a massive pain. It's just, some people hate it. And I understand that. I understand hating it.
I like it.
I actually had a conversation with people about this recently, where it's like a lot of people don't like to watch Monster Hunter, and some people just straight up don't want to play it, because it's just like the amount of investment that it requires is absolutely unreal.
Yeah, but like if you don't think of it as an investment, like you can leave and just not play it. You can play a different game. But if you think of it as an immersive experience that you can come back to over and over, like just... Like, there's a lot of things that are way too hard in Monster Hunter
all
for me.
fucked up, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of things in these games where it's like, I'm just not that good a player. Like, I can get through most things, but not all things. I could just chill and womp on, like, Velocirums and Jackies and stuff and be fine. Like, it's repetitive, but it's like you're running around as a cool, like, steampunk caveman, almost. Not quite.
I mean,
but, like, you get big
of.
sword and beautiful environments, and you can just hit things and run. And, like, yeah, I think that that's kind of fun. It's not quite open world. At least not yet, not until you get into Monster Hunter World, where it's way more
Monster
open.
Hunter World is a little more close
a little more
to
freeform.
world anyway.
But it's got sort of a feel to it where it's like you can just be like, today for an hour or two, I've got a big stick and I'm gonna hit things.
Yeah.
And then when you're done, you're done. If you don't want to complete it, I mean, don't. Because, I mean, this game punishes you for wanting to do that. It's like they make it so hard. It's like I think it's understandable to not 100% a game like this. It's like expecting to 100% like Disgaea.
I fucked up. I am the kind of person who 100%'s Monster Hunter, though.
Yeah, but
typically.
You don't hold
like,
everyone to
I
your
try
standard.
To. No. I'm not going to hold anybody else to that standard.
Yeah. It's you and the people who are already like you.
Yeah.
You know, just people who
Sure.
already know that they like Monster Hunter.
Yeah, alright. I won't take that as an insult.
It's not. What? It's just, you're a fan of the game and other fans of the game are like, it's like, you don't have to be a hardcore fan to enjoy it.
No, I know
just,
what you mean.
Like, I don't know. It's like, I'm a big Disgaea fan, and it's like, I've never gotten level 9999. I've never gotten every secret ending. I've never even, like, maxed out anything in a Disgaea game of any kind. I can get through the storyline. I haven't beaten all of them. But, like, yeah, there's 100% completion isn't a reasonable expectation that anyone has of you. You can still have fun, though. And you can still have fun, like, cultivating a character. Which I've been doing for, you know, like, Ishizu here and Darwin in the other game. And Grandma and Jerry.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Jerry does not link up to the Hundera family. He's not related to anyone except
At least he shouldn't
Chris.
be.
Chris and Jerry are brothers now, we decided.
I guess.
That doesn't make sense in this game, sorry.
Oh,
They're not
funny.
related to this game.
Okay.
Velocipreys are the original minion.
Yeah,
Right.
they're so in the original Monster Hunter, which came out in, oh my god, I don't even remember,
2000 something.
2002.
Wow.
I want to say it was a very old game. In the original game, as far as minion monsters go, you did have quite a few. But the first that you run into is Velociprey. And they even give you a cutscene in the original game the first time that you run into them.
Because it's the only thing that'll hurt you.
Well, it's the only thing that'll hurt you up until that point. Mm-hmm. It's the first time that they've thrown something at you that is going to fight back. And it's like, oh goodness.
They send you on like 5 missions of sniff 10 mushrooms or whatever.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, something that's an actual fight, they gotta give it a cutscene.
So it's you're tasked with going and slaying the Velociprey, and it's I think it's the end of 1 star or the beginning of 2 star. It's in there. I think it might be the urgent to get into 2 star. I don't remember. But you go in and it's just a bunch of Velociprey hanging out in a torn up campsite. That they're like, oh, this was a weaker hunter's camp. Are you going to be able to kill the monster that they couldn't, and all this, and it's like, it's fucking Velociprey. It's 3 Velociprey, and they're sitting around the body of a Kelby, and you kill all 3 of them, and then the game goes, congratulations, you've made your way into 2-star quests. And then you look back on that, having beaten the game, and you're like, oh my god, who the fuck died to Velociprey? Like
someone with a smaller
hell?
sword than you,
or something.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I wanted to note, though, these are the first minions.
Yes.
Dang, 2 at once. Every other minion is way smaller than them. Jaggies and
sure.
Jagras and Macau and whatever else.
Sure.
They're all, like, they're maybe up to the shoulder of these guys.
Well, here's the thing. Yes, they're the first minion, but there are variants of Velociprey as well. So I struggle to say that that's correct, because you're right. Jaggies are way smaller than these guys, but Jagresses are about the same size.
Well, Jagresses are like belly crawling iguanas, so it's hard to measure. They might be the same size.
Oh, sorry, not Jagras. The Jagia. There we go.
Yeah, no, these guys are like Jagia size.
Yeah, there's no female or male equivalent of like a Velociprey though. They're all the same. Jaggy later on introduced like the concept of like, oh, well, it's sexual dimorphism, so the female's going to be bigger than a lizard, and you've got the female and the male lizards, and the males are really tiny, and then the females are about this size.
Yeah. Although the females, the Jagias are super lazy too.
Yeah,
they just kind of lay
just
there.
Don't
Yeah, it's like you get Jaggies are like squawky little bird babies that hop around, and then Jagias just kind of lay there and look at you and won't do anything unless you fuck with her.
Yeah.
And then the Great Jaggy is like just huge. But it just seems weird to me that like they set the standard higher for size and then kind of made them smaller in later games. Like made the first minion a smaller
on top of
design.
that, in the first game, in the game that used that sort of like range and everything else, there weren't actually that many monsters in the first game.
Okay.
Like there were quite a few, but for the most part, they kind of just had to develop things that, if you're going into this sort of a world, what would be the minion monster? And they were like, Velociraptors.
Okay.
So here's a Velociprey.
Do you think it's like they realized though that they should make the early softball stuff a little bit less imposing?
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
They're that
but
scary. They're just still
they're
big
still not very
turkeys.
scary, to be honest.
But I mean, they gave them a cutscene, and they were the first thing that
well,
could hurt
they're
you.
supposed to be like not scary, but they're supposed to be imposing, because the idea is, oh well, these can actually hurt you. We want to show off that these are dangerous, and it's like, because by that point maybe there are a handful of characters or a handful of people playing who haven't figured out that this is a real game where you can take damage, You know?
I just thought it was a cow murder simulator.
Yeah, right. When you're upgrading or foraging some gear, only the ore types that you own will show up on the list. Oh god, I hate this guy. Their hats are silly, these two.
Yeah.
Welcome, I got what you need, so what'll it be? Okay. I might be able to look at Kutku armor with this. I don't know. Warga mask. Oh, Gaiaprey, because we got the Velociprey.
That's one of the
yeah.
recolors?
So Velociprey have 3 different recolors. Jaggies kind of do that later on as well.
Yeah, they got the baggies.
Yeah, like the baggies, the Jaggies, and then I think there's some other thing. For Velociprey, they decided that every element, with the exception of Dragon, needed a Velociprey.
Oh, okay.
So anything that can be inflicted upon you, except for water also. Water is very non-prevalent in the first game.
Yeah, and in the 5th, I've noticed.
Well, I'll be a Blargo's uncle. Looks like the new squirt's got some promise. Complete more villager quests, and you'll get Kokoto contribution points, which you can check in the request log. In my day, we had to tattoo our points into our arms to keep track, all the way up to our shoulder.
Did this place start as a prison camp?
No, that's old guild rules. Older guild stuff, when you hear about it, is like crazy. It's go nuts.
Had
like,
they not invented books yet?
No, there was probably
There wasn't
bookkeeping,
a
but it was
record.
like, oh, well, you could probably lie to them or something like that. And it would be easier if it's printed on a hunter for like the person in charge of guild rank quests and stuff to look at the hunter and then look at the ranking that they're allowed to take and then immediately give them quests.
I think a hunter could probably cheat that too.
Yeah, you'd think so. I mean, they could get
just
different
find a
tattoos
different
or
tattoo
something.
artist.
But then maybe it's
That
really
gets you shivved?
uncommon to find it. Yeah, maybe you get shivved for it. I don't know. It's right up there with like some of the other stories about older stuff are like, hey, at one point we allowed 5 people to go on quests instead of 4. And on the one occasion that this happened, at some point, someone died, so they never let 4 people
That's
go
so
again.
weird.
It
But you
was,
can have a raid of 16, kind of.
Sort of. It's 4 teams of 4. But that story, by the way, involves the guy who's literally the head of the guild, who apparently is the guy who founded the guild.
Huh.
He is still alive. He is ancient. I don't know if we're ever going to meet him here. He is a Wyverian, though.
Yeah.
Because they live for hundreds of years. This guy here is probably hundreds of years old, which is why him talking about the tattoo system is like, this could have been at any time.
Yeah.